Hello everyone, welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Simulator tutorial. In this video, I am going to be giving you a step-by-step guide on how to create a flight plan in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So go on into the world map here. And the first step is to choose a departure and an arrival. So I'm going to do a short flight from San Francisco International. So set that as your departure. And set Los Angeles as your arrival. You can choose any two airports that you want, but to get a flight plan started, choose a departure and an arrival. Now that you've created that basic flight plan, you'll start off with a VFR flight, which that's not what you want. You can select from VOR to VOR, low altitude airways, or high altitude airways. Since this is a shorter flight, I am going to select low altitude airways, so click on that. When I clicked on that, it created a different flight plan that goes from waypoints that are in low altitude airways, and it shows you your time and distance. The next thing you can do to edit your flight plan is go to departures. In here, there are a variety of different departure paths for the airport you chose. So you can take off from 28 right, 19 right, 19 left, 28 left, 1 left, 1 right, and 10 right and 10 left. Those are all the options that I have for taking off from San Francisco. And I want to take off from 1 left, so I will select this SFO 401 left, and that creates a flight plan that is different because of that. The next step you can go through is you can select this arrivals here, and you can go through and do that, but I'm just going to leave it on direct. Okay, the next step you can do is select your approach, and there's usually a good variety. There's ILS approaches, localizer approaches, and RNAV approaches. And let's go zoom in here on Los Angeles here. 24 right is normally an arrival runway there, so we will select, let's go localizer 24 right, and you could also select the ILS or RNAV options for your choosing as well. So I'm going to select localizer 24 right, and that creates a flight plan that gets you lined up with the runway. The next step is to select your cruising altitude, which you can go into the Nav Log and find, and it's at 13,000 here. For this short flight, I think 25,000 is a decent cruising altitude. And in the Nav Log here, you can see all the waypoints that you need to go through, so there's quite a few here. So you can see that also at each waypoint you need to be at a certain altitude, and how that works is ATC will give you vectors, so they'll tell you to go down to 18,000 feet at a certain point, or whatever the case is for your flight. In here you can also see the whole flight path, so you can see all the waypoints, the altitude, and when you get in cruise, basically all the waypoints you're traveling in between, and also your descent path. So we can go out of the Nav Log here to view our final flight plan. So our flight plan is completed, and the only thing you could change that is left is you could also do VOR to VOR, and you could also select high altitude airways, which would be a different route. But since I want to make my flight low altitude airways, I will stick with that. Thank you for watching this Microsoft Flight Simulator tutorial, and see you later.